We are back with Kelly Gebhard from Happy Tales Veterinary Emergency Clinic answering your pet related questions. All right, this person wants to know, what if my dog eats grass? Is that okay?
Eats grass. Ideally, they shouldn't eat grass because it can cause potential problems. It can get caught up in their nasopharyngeal area and cause these foreign bodies that then they end up doing reverse sneezing, and it's super annoying. It can also have removed grass foreign body blobs from stomachs where the dogs have eaten so much grass it causes intestinal foreign body obstruction. Also, you run the risk of getting parasites and other things. If they're eating grass frequently, that might indicate an underlying problem. Sometimes in the spring, the sweet grass is just really appealing and it's just yummy and they just want to do it. But if they're doing it frequently, they may have intestinal upset or other issue that you want to kind of explore with your regular vet. But ideally, I would avoid eating grass because it's probably going to come back up in some vomit or cause some other problems.
Okay, this person's asking, if my dog is bitten by a copperhead snake, how much time do I have to get them to the vet clinic?
I think it's variable, really. It depends on the size of the dog versus a snake, how much venom was injected, the location of the bite. If you know they've been bitten by a copperhead, seek veterinary care as quickly as possible so they can be properly assessed. Sometimes they get dry bites where no venom or very little venom is injected, and sometimes they can be really severe to life-threatening. So I can't give a definitive time window because there are too many variables, but if you know it's a copperhead, seek veterinary care.
All right, what about if your dog gets bitten by a black snake?
Black snakes are non-venomous, so it's unlikely to cause a problem. Non-venomous snakes, typically, you're not going to see any kind of issue there, although snake mouths are full of really bad bacteria. Typically, dogs and cats' bodies will take care of those bite wounds without issue, but if you do see them getting red, swollen, signs of infection, seek veterinary care because then they might be actually getting an infection or an abscess from that bite wound. And again, snake mouths are really dirty. Snake mouths and cat mouths have some of the worst bacteria. But dry bites from snakes, non-venomous snakes, usually don't cause an issue.
Okay. Can you give a dog chicken and rice every day with dry food?
As a supplement to their regular dog food, sure. I don't have a problem with that. A little extra tasty something on top. But chicken and rice alone, long term, is not a complete diet. It doesn't have all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that dogs need. So long term, it can't be the only thing. But if you're just topping off your kibble, which has all the other nutrients they need, go for it.
Okay, and someone's asking, is coconut good for dogs?
In moderation, yeah. I don't think it's bad for them, as long as your dog doesn't have any intestinal or pancreatic sensitivities, because coconut is high in fat and can cause some issues if they get too much of it or if they have a sensitivity. But a little bit of coconut oil, as long as they only get a little bit, not a problem.
We got a lot of questions. People are asking about the legality or ramifications for leaving dogs in hot vehicles. Most of their questions kind of go to, should I call the non-emergency number if I see a dog?
Yes, if you do see a dog that you perceive is in distress, call the non-emergency number, or if you really feel like it's an emergency, call 911, because you may or may not get a faster response in that way. I don't know the actual legal parameters for leaving pets in cars or what will happen if you break a window. So I would try your best to get the police involved if you feel like something is in distress.
All right, so somebody's asking about a dog with Lyme disease. What are the symptoms to watch out for?
Lyme disease is actually, definitely becoming more of a problem in this area. It used to be more just in the north, but is now endemic in this area. You may see shifting leg lameness, so limb on one leg one day, another leg the next day. You may see some swelling at the joints. You may see changing in drinking and peeing because Lyme disease can actually cause some issues with the kidneys. And they may just feel not good. You may see, well, they're lethargic, they're not eating as much, maybe vomiting and diarrhea. So the symptoms can be very vague and intermittent. So if you're worried, have your pet checked out and tested and then go from there.
All right, we've got a little bit less than 1 minute left. I just wanted to kind of recap why we have you here, and that is heat with our pets and taking your pets with you in the car.
Right. I say during the hot summer days, don't do it. It's not worth it for them. The risk is too high. They can overheat so quickly. And one other thing people want to consider too during this nice weather is, I know it's tempting to let your dog put their head out the window and feel the breeze and everything, but I have seen so many injuries from dogs having their head out windows, whether it's stuff going into the eye and causing eye trauma, ears flapping and develop ear hematomas, or even a sudden stop and the dog gets injured, right? So keep your dog safely secured in the car. And don't let them stick their head out the window, and avoid taking your dog on trips with you or errands during those hot summer months unless you know you're going to stay in the car with them at all times.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much for your time, your expertise. If you missed any of this, it's going to be in the Two Wants to Know section of our website.